I am so excited to be taking you guys along for another solo adventure today, and this isn't just any solo adventure. I will be taking you guys along on my new Insta360 GO Ultra camera. If you guys are new here, I'm a huge fan of going to do things by myself and trying new things, going to new places, exploring the city and all that, and 99% of the time when I'm filming by myself. So having equipment that is well suited for a solo vlogger and a shy vlogger as well has been super duper important. And the camera that I'm filming on right now is the Insta360 GO Ultra, so I can't show you guys, but I'll put some clips in. It is the newest release from Insta360 and the newest camera in their GO lineup. So the GO cameras are considered action cameras, and I have honestly tried different ones before. The benefit of an action camera is obviously it's super small. However, the other action cameras I've tried were just not the quality that I needed them to be, so I kind of stopped using them. But since I've gotten this one, I have been super impressed, and I want to share with you guys some of the really cool ways that this camera has helped me unlock different angles, unlike my typical cameras, which are bulkier and a bit more limited. And just to be super transparent, this video is in partnership with Insta360. However, I'm going to share all of my own opinions, and you guys will see for yourself what the quality of the footage looks like, because obviously that does a lot more than me telling you what I think. I want to show you guys, and I do want to show you guys how handy it is, especially if you're filming by yourself, which is exactly what I'm going to do today. If you guys want to check out the camera for yourself, make sure to go to the link in the description. I'm going to do a little recap after my solo adventure, and we're going to talk all about my thoughts and who I would recommend this camera for, especially because I know a lot of you guys that watch me are also content creators or vloggers. So with that, let's get ourselves out the door, and I can't wait to just spend the day outside and enjoy the beautiful summer weather while it still lasts. So I've actually always wanted to get one of these shots to show myself scootering through the city, and normally it's basically impossible because obviously both of my hands are steering, but with the GO Ultra and the accessories, it's so easy to get these hands-free shots, and I'm going to show you guys later in the video exactly how simple it is to set this up. We are in Chinatown. Chinatown has one of the best matchas in Calgary right now, so I, of course, need a matcha. Hi, could I get the strawberry matcha with 4 grams? This place was called Monster Kakigori, and I've only been a couple times, but I'd say it's up there with my favorites. Maybe not #1, but it's definitely close. The first time I came, I tried their banana bread flavor. You might have seen it on the sign when I first went in, but I would say it was a no for me. I think banana bread flavor really took over for a hot minute everywhere, especially if you're into matcha, but it was just something off, okay? I don't think it's a flavor that I particularly crave, but if you guys have tried it, I don't know, did you like it or was it just me? It just wasn't hitting, you know? After wandering around, I did end up at Calgary's Central Library, and if you ever googled things to see in Calgary, this place usually comes up. And at first you might think, why a library? But when you see the inside, I think it totally makes sense. We are at the library. I'm obviously being quiet, but it is one of my favorite places in the city because it is so beautiful, and the selection of books is actually pretty good. I've been slowly getting back into reading, and after finally reorganizing all my books at home, I realized that I have so many to get through in my physical TBR that I don't need to bring any more books home, but I still love wandering and going through different books and seeing what they've got going on. If I'm in a place where there's books, a bookstore, a library, the corner of a grocery store, like anywhere that they sell books, I just have the best time ever seeing what the selection is. And I think this is such a common thing if you're into books, but I want to understand why, because I know that I'm not going home with a book, I'm not going to buy one, but it still brings me so much joy just to see what's on the shelves. And I would love to just like figure out what the scientific reason for that is. Maybe it's just like window shopping, but for books. That's probably what it is, but that's basically what I did, and I had a really nice time just enjoying the space. I am hungry, so we're gonna go grab a bite. This is kind of like a new food hall. I've been here one time, but they have like a bunch of different things, and food halls are personally one of my favorite things to go to when I'm eating by myself. Guys, it is later. I ended up coming back home because the weather turned to trash. It is pouring rain outside, and I was trying to figure out what was something that I could do in this dreary ass weather. So we are gonna go for a little solo movie date. I haven't been to the movies in a hot minute, and I've been really wanting to watch the Fantastic Four movie. I love superheroes. So we're gonna go to the VIP theater, get a little snack. I don't know, I think I'm gonna get like something sweet. I just kind of want a sweet treat. If you haven't tried the VIP theaters before, it's basically a leveled up movie experience. You've got the seats, you've got the snacks and the menu, and yes, it can be a little bit expensive, so I honestly think it's like a special occasion type of thing. But before the pandemic, I always loved seeing movies. I love going to opening weekend, and I was a huge Marvel fan. I literally watched the first Avengers movie 3 times in theaters, but after phase 2, I did fall off, so I'm not up to speed on the most recent movies and shows, but maybe this is where things turn around. So I thought it was a pretty solid movie, Fantastic Four. I'm definitely on the Pedro Pascal train. I love the casting. I thought it was a really strong ensemble. I am also very curious to see where things go from here with all the characters, but I will stop nerding out about this because I definitely could. I did tell myself I was gonna get a sweet treat, but I clearly didn't. I ended up getting nachos. Growing up, the nachos with the super fake cheese were my favorite. These nachos definitely had better cheese than that, and it was the perfect snack for me to sit back, relax, and enjoy the perfect way to end my solo date. We are back home now, and it has been a few days since I took you guys along on the Insta360 GO Ultra. Like I said, I wanted to come back and debrief on my favorite things about this camera since I've started using it, and also who I think this camera would be really well suited for. Also, I don't know how many of you guys might be new here, but I started vlogging about 3 years ago, which is kind of crazy. I've definitely gone through my fair share of cameras, and I love trying different things. I have tried other action cameras before, and one of the biggest reasons why people like vloggers enjoy using action cameras is because it's discreet, it's small, but if it's not looking sharp and it doesn't do what it needs to do quality wise, I just found it really hard to use those types of cameras in my other videos. But this, on the other hand, I have been super impressed by. Also because I am primarily a vlogger, this is very much from my perspective, and I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty about the specs and stuff like that. I might mention a couple things, but I think what's most important, again, is it easy to use, and does it have the quality that I need, and what makes it stand out compared to the other cameras that you can get. So first off, I have really enjoyed the design and portability of this camera. The last action camera I had did not have a flip-up screen, and to have a good size display where you can actually see yourself makes a big difference when you're filming by yourself. I think it's super cool and handy to have the standalone camera being detachable. You just have to press this button. I found myself just grabbing this sometimes. I was just at a Pilates class and I wanted to get some clips, but I didn't want to draw too much attention. comparison, and this is super tiny. And you can still film while this is detached, but you can see the preview of it on the camera. For reference of the size of this pod, this is my iPhone 14 Pro, and this is just the standalone camera. And you can see it is so small. Here's another comparison for you guys. These are the AirPod Pros, and then this is what the size comparison looks like next to the standalone camera. The standalone camera is smaller than the AirPods, which is crazy. If you guys are wondering, this does also come in white if you're looking for another color option. So overall, even though it's so tiny and compact, I don't feel like I'm sacrificing the quality. I'll be transparent that this is not a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, which literally has interchangeable lenses and such. This is still an action camera. But I do remember trying other action cameras, and I would just look at the footage like, what am I gonna do with that? But with this, I have been very impressed with the quality that's come out straight from the camera. Again, I'm not a tech expert, but this does shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second, and the sensor of the camera has been upgraded. So there was previously an Insta360 GO 3S, and that was like the really small one that everyone was talking about. This camera actually has an even bigger sensor, so that's definitely made a difference because that is how the camera is able to process sharper images and make the quality even better. When I took you guys to the movies, I was a little bit skeptical because that was the darkest environment that I had filmed in, and traditionally action cameras are terrible in dark settings, but Insta360 has their pure video mode, which is basically designed for low light specifically. And I could really tell that it was doing what it needed to do. It uses AI to help reduce some of the noise. Another upgrade from the GO 3S is that one didn't have a removable memory slot, so this actually lets you put in your own micro SD card. So you don't have to worry about running out of memory or deleting files like you might have to if you're using your phone. In terms of ease of use, I think what also stands out to me about this is that it is more durable than a lot of my other cameras. For instance, the camera that I'm currently filming on, I would not trust myself to just throw this in my bag and go. Plus, the standalone camera is actually waterproof. It does give me extra peace of mind because, again, most of my cameras are not waterproof. This is also splash proof, so if you're in an environment where there might be water nearby, it is still resistant, but this is one that you can like really submerge into water, which can also unlock a lot of really cool shots. Speaking of cool shots, I think my favorite thing about this is the creativity that you can really have and all the different angles that you really can't get with more traditional cameras. The fact that this could be mounted almost anywhere is so cool. Going back to the filming alone thing, it makes life so easy when you can just pop this in different places, anywhere that's magnetic, and then just hit record. People passing by are most likely not going to know that it's there because it's so tiny. I don't have to worry about the setup and fussing over setting up a tripod and everything, and I absolutely love this aspect of the camera more than anything. The other creative angle that I love is the POV hands-free shots. So this is the magnet pendant, and it is adjustable super easy. When I did have another action camera, you guys, I tried to get one of those chest mount straps. It was not a good look, okay? And it's just so obvious that you're wearing it. But what I love about this is it's super easy to use, and it's also super discreet. So you basically just put this piece inside your shirt. This is magnetic, as you guys know. And voila! How easy is that? I would suggest if you want to be even more discreet and you're extra shy, try to wear a shirt that's the same color as the camera. Even if someone can see this camera, it's really not intrusive, and compared to a whole chest mount, I would take this any day. Another accessory that I really love is this easy clip. This I just clipped onto my hat, and it made it very easy to get that overhead shot. I also love that these accessories aren't massive. Usually when I think about camera accessories, they take up so much space, but these are so tiny. I could just throw them in my purse, throw them in my bag. So those are some of my favorite things about the GO Ultra since I started using it. And over time, I'm sure I will notice more, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. But I do want to talk a little bit about who I think would really benefit from a camera like this. As a solo vlogger and also someone that's made videos for a few years now, I am always looking for different ways to get creative shots and also just make my videos a bit more visually interesting. For people that haven't started yet, the best camera you can use is the camera you have. But with that said, I have experienced technical limitations with the cameras that I've had. And a camera like this, with the versatility of mounting it anywhere and how small it is, has really given me a new perspective on how to make my vlogs more interesting. So I think if you're also someone who's vlogging and documenting different things and trying to do more with storytelling as well, this can be an amazing tool to help take your vlogs to the next level. And if you're someone who films alone, maybe going on adventures by yourself, I think this would be an awesome camera to bring. Another huge use case for this camera, I think, would be any type of action or sports oriented content. I have been trying to be more and more active, and I know that having this camera, which is also waterproof, will be really great to bring along for things like paddleboarding or other types of activities that I couldn't usually do with just my other cameras. So in summary, based on my experience so far, I think some of the people that would really benefit from this would be those that do vlog, that want to do more storytelling, want to get more creative with their vlogs and videos, and also people that are filming by themselves, solo traveling perhaps, or on the go and trying to get footage as quickly and easily as possible while still maintaining good quality in a discreet way. And if you are someone that's more active, then this is a no-brainer in my opinion. I feel like I've been holding this camera this whole time, but I also don't know what to do with my hands, so I'm apologizing now if you thought that was distracting. So that basically covers my initial thoughts on the Insta360 GO Ultra. It is a very new camera, so I'm sure they're going to continue releasing new firmware updates and such, and I am going to keep you guys posted on my thoughts as I continue filming with it. But if you guys do want to check out the camera for yourself, make sure to use my link in the description. Let me know if this is a camera that you'd be interested in testing at some point. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you haven't yet and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.